the right approach, you know. I think we're live.
I didn't get to see my
your
face get hit. Yeah.
Oh,
Kyle and I get no intro.
Does this thing work? Yeah. We had an intro on there. I just don't know why none of the volume works anymore. Well, actually, I do know exactly why. It turns out if you are going to buy the Elgato face cam, Elgato, Mr. Roboto, and you use a Microsoft Surface product, they change some type of processing chip in there, and it just doesn't work like it used to, you know.
Chip shortage. Can people hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear us? Yep. Look at that. We got volume. All right. Look at that.
We're Bears, dude. Bears.
Bears. The Bears.
3-2. First time above 500 and win. Were they above 500 last year for a little bit, and then the Hail Mary game happened?
Every year they're good to start, and then they break your heart.
Oh, I don't know about that. Usually by week 3 or 4, I'm done with them.
Really? Well, I think last year that when that guy was running around, and then they had the Hail Mary tip.
I think that was down. I think they were above 500. Then they lost.
That was
11 straight or whatever.
So is everyone talking like the playoffs now?
Playoffs.
I'm not there yet.
The playoffs. It's funny. My son's like, man, I wish the Bears were good, and I was like, you are signing up for a life full of torture, son.
Yeah. Well,
it's okay. One day,
he's young too. You know, he's got a long way to go in that one.
Plenty of torture. You know, maybe he'll get to see them go to the Super Bowl and lose to the Colts just like I did. I don't know.
At least they made it.
You know, that one time we talked about how it would be cool if the NFL was structured like the Premier League with relegation. There was like a podcast I was listening to last week, and they went through the whole thing, and they laid out this scenario where the best college teams could then elevate and become play in the NFL. Because they're pretty much pro athletes now, anyway.
Yeah, with the NIL money, you probably get away with that.
Yeah, and I think that there's several college teams that would beat the crap out of the Bears.
I think they could do it with. NFL probably too big of a money sport right now, but baseball would be a great one for it. I mean, you got some abysmal baseball teams.
Yeah, let them go down, sell the thing. What else we got going on in the world? What's up in the real estate world?
Tell us.
Are we floundering? Are we?
What
are we waxing or waning?
It's a full. You're allowed to full move.
I don't think we got enough time to show to talk about the real estate world right now.
Really? Well, enlighten us.
Tell us.
Well, you know.
I don't know.
You are in the trenches every day with one another. I was just trying to figure out here.
Yeah, I just close my eyes.
I'm like this. I don't know what's going on.
Have you sold a house on Mars yet?
Yeah. They got him there.
It's crazy times. It's up, it's down. You can't call it. It's back and forth. I mean, Tony, we talk about it all the time with each deal. You never know. You never know what's going to happen right now.
Wow,
at all. So
is there still this pent up demand that's coming? All these kids are becoming of age. No one's buying houses. What the hell? When does the dam break, or does it?
There seems to be a demand at least. I think the main thing is you want a house, sure, but are you in position to be able to
afford it?
To get a house? Well, afford it. 1, 2, even get it. You got to have down payment money. You got to have.
What I said before Nick got here.
What's that?
Buyer. So if rates come down, is it buyers or qualified buyers? What actually drives up prices?
Be qualified. It had to be qualified.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like people that aren't serious.
Right, you're going to get all this interest and stuff, but if people don't qualify, what good is that? And I think that's probably what you're going at is
yes.
You have a lot of people sitting there and hemming and hawing about things, and then it's oh, I want to buy the house, and then it's well, the house I wanted to buy is gone, but I also have no idea if I can even afford to buy the house.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier too, and you probably saw the article on Redfin as well about these mutual cancellations and deals falling apart on Jump Street. What someone that's in the trenches on that? What's going on there?
It's a lot of mutual cancellations going on. A lot of back and forth. It's a lot of negotiating. Buyers aren't. I mean, they're prepared, to get into a contract, but there's obviously that a lot goes into it. So I mean, it's happening a lot more than it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
oh man, why can't everyone just win the lottery or something?
I don't know. The lottery?
Yeah.
I got some numbers for you.
I bought a bunch when it was $1.5 billion. We tried. The office tried, and we didn't. Well, if we won, I didn't hear about it, and no one's quit. So
I would require a 5% friend fee on that one. That's speaking of lottery things, and I actually read a very interesting book here this last week called The Art of Spending Money.
okay,
I
I like to spend money.
Me too. I think it's actually, as I was like, I listened to it twice, which is very odd for me. I don't normally read it or listen to it once and I'm done. Some very fascinating approaches to things about how like passive income isn't really passive income. Like you should just be trying to actively make money.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're gonna be eviscerated by AI at that point. So let's find real use for every dollar, but let's also not work ourselves into frugality. This guy talked, like he actually, one of the chapters was about a priest who, like, his primary position was to administer last rites. And the priest talks about how you have families that you can tell were either functional or dysfunctional
Based on who's there?
based on the comments that and how they would handle like going to see a loved one on their deathbed.
Mm.
Like,
That'd be interesting.
Families that were, in his opinion, dysfunctional or very, very materialistic would, oh, hey dad, thanks, thanks for getting me that car.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Oh, like that's what they would say to the person that was dying?
Yeah, like it was like that. And he said that the families that you could tell that really were a functional unit and or just like a different approach on things would be like, hey, you know what? Hey mom, thanks for believing me when I was really down and out. And
like emotional stuff.
Yeah, like getting behind me
Yeah.
and pushing me. Like, hey, when I was getting those D's and F's in school and like we had that real bad talk and you kicked me in the ass and
yeah.
So it was interesting there, but it also talking about how nobody ever says they wish that on their deathbed they wish that they had more money.
Yeah, you can't take that stuff with you, man. Like,
and it's like, so you just work, and like obviously you guys, we've had Patrick on here too. Like, you have some people that work and try to save money with extreme discipline and frugality, but then they get to that spot where they just retire and then they die.
Yeah.
So you worked your whole life to have this other piece. Like, enjoy it a little.
Yeah, there's like my buddy who's just up with us he doesn't listen because I don't think anyone does, but he was just up in Michigan. His father just passed, but he said his dad always had a rule. He's like, when we go out, we eat good. It's like, if you're gonna go and like because how many times are you together with like the people you love, like a couple times a year, or your friends? And it's
really
like,
think about it, right?
That's the time to just be like, yo, we're gonna eat good. Like, we're gonna have the crab claws. We're gonna enjoy each other. And then when you're by yourself, cool, like, rice and beans. But I thought there's little rules like that are pretty cool.
I think we see that. We had a conversation with the buyer yesterday about they wanted to buy another house or get married, they're having a kid, starting a family, and like they're very, very worried about a monthly payment. And I'm like, I was in your shoes 7 or 8 years ago. I bit the bullet. My mortgage payment went up 2.5 times.
Yeah.
But my budget, like I figured out, your budget's elastic. Like, what good is it? Why should I take at that point my 1-year-old, right, and go, man, I'm just gonna keep this other house and just put some money away for you so that when you're 20, I can give you a lump of cash, or can I give you a really like a better childhood? Like, can I put you in a better school district, a better position? And I think that's where we're kind of starting to see some of this, like, the hemming and hawing on buyers is like worrying about $150 a month sometimes.
Yeah.
I could probably find $150 a month in someone's budget.
A lot of people can, yeah.
You could take on a side job and, get on Etsy, make something. People buy stupid stuff. I've seen it.
You can make coffee at home and not go to Starbucks.
Yeah, there you go.
You could do that. So they actually brought that part up in this book too.
As we're drinking our coffee.
Yeah.
Hage's the only one with the coffee at home here, so
that's
it.
it.
Follow them.
I broke my policy actually. I had to go to Dunkin' Donuts this morning because
This is 1 day a week when I come because I'm getting up early.
Where's that from?
This is from a little local spot by me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Golden Brew. It's a good spot.
So that's in Beecher, yeah.
That's in Beecher. Yep. On my way here, stop in, get a little black coffee, and
That's good.
meet with you guys.
So in speaking on the terms of coffee, there was another thing, like the guy that says, "Oh, you if you spent all this money on lattes, you could buy a Ferrari," and then the girl quips back and goes, "Well, then if you make coffee at home, you don't buy lattes. Where's your Ferrari?"
Yeah. Where's your Ferrari?
Right, exactly. Mine, it's in the garage.
Yeah.
It's about this big. It's a matchbox.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go through. Obviously, real estate, kind of a
Same thing.
it's the same thing, different day, pretty much.
This year has been that year. It's been different than other years, but it's been that year.
What do you mean that year?
Well, like we hit on, there's been a lot of mutual cancellations. There is demand. I mean, there's a lot of people that are looking to buy just a lot more. I think it's been kind of trending that way the last couple of years, but it really hit hard this year. And I think Tony can attest to that, is that there's a lot of people not in position to be able to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would say that like right now it's the band is like very, very far apart
Gotcha.
on like buyer expectations and seller expectations. And it hasn't narrowed, and like historically things have narrowed there.
That's actually the perfect example for it. I think the sellers are still in this expectation that they're going to get everything, and it's becoming more of a 50-50 market. It is really a 50-50 market, I think I would say. Sometimes more buyer side, sometimes more sellers.
Well, right.
Sellers are still here. Hey, my friend sold and they got 20-30 grand over asking price. I didn't do anything on inspection stuff. It's become more of a buyer's market, but these buyers are thinking that it's 100% buyer's market, and maybe they're not in position. They don't have the money to do stuff, so they want everything on an inspection report. They want everything on,
because I don't have any cash to fix it when I get in there.
Yeah, or that's gonna cost me an extra $100 a month, and that's sometimes a deal breaker for some people. It's $25 a week.
That's a crazy part though. Like the $100 a month for like you could get a better house versus settling for the house with problems. It's
in a better situation, right? Better house,
it just like longer run, your cost, like your actual cost will probably be less on that house. It's well maintained. Yeah. Which brings us to the next point. Let's talk about having the right golf club on the course for a shot, and maybe the right strategy to buy a house or to execute investment property strategy and all that stuff. So, Adam, if you had to play an entire round of golf with one club, what is it?
7-iron.
Likewise, Nick.
Me, I'm not the golfer like you guys.
A putter.
Give me the driver. I'll go all the way. I'll go all the way through.
You're gonna play soft driver on this 110-yard par 3 here. All right. Why a 7-iron?
It's just right in the middle. It's a utility. I could hit it 200 yards if I really de-lofted it, and I could also kind of chip with it it's just right in the middle. Reasonable.
You can actually putt with it too.
You can putt with it.
Out of all the irons in your bag, probably the most versatile one. And I think that's the irony of that, right? Is we've seen a lot of club manufacturers come out with all 7-iron length irons too.
Yeah, one length. Interesting thing. So you don't change I've seen buddies that have that.
And I mean, you said 7-iron, I'd said 7-iron. I would guess that the majority of people that we've either golfed with or we know would probably also say somewhere between a 6 and an 8.
Yeah, depending on what they're most, it's the club I'm most comfortable with. Why do you ask that?
So I asked because if you and I both love golf and we have this idea, why would someone that maybe doesn't love golf come in with a different idea and say that their idea is better, and everyone's going to follow that person because like it's cool, like their idea on Instagram, like.
So you don't take the driver.
Yeah, I mean, don't bring the driver. It like sometimes you want to bring a driver to something that doesn't require a driver.
Gotcha. Par 3, you get a driver. It doesn't make any sense, right?
Unless the wind's in your face, you don't know around.
Oh, yeah.
But you have much more utility out of much more utility out of a 7-iron. Like you can't get under a golf ball with the driver. It's just not practical. So how are you gonna get up elevated?
Right. Not
really a practical thing. 7-iron, like you could try to lay it flat, right? You could play it, try to loft it, de-loft it, hit it a little further.
You got options.
You have options, but you have a club that gets you likely to even on a par 5, right? You could go 180, chip, a chip and a putt, and you're putting maybe bird, maybe par, like
maybe bogey, whatever.
And you could also hit it soft on a par 3. And
how does that relate to where are you going with this? Mortgage world?
I am going to the mortgage world here. One, trust the professionals, but two, like there's programs and there's things that are designed for a wide swath of people trying to wedge, pun intended, a different philosophy into something is going to result in you're going to have poor results.
I see what you're saying.
So, okay, we're going to use a 7-iron, but that idea, well, we're maybe trying to do some fix and flip work, or we're trying to do some buy and renovate and refinance and hold and grow a portfolio. There's programs for that kind of stuff, right? There's the right clubs. Like if you had a full bag of clubs, right? You're going to use a driver on a par 5 most of the time, or something that you can hit as far consistently as possible. Well, let's not try to use a putter on the par 5 because some person said that we're going to use this method on Instagram to use other people's money and misrepresent occupancy and all of that stuff. And it just, what you end up doing when you try to wedge yourself in those programs is you box yourself in.
Yeah.
And now you can't expand your plan and expand the strategy. And I think that's what is, we see a little bit in the mortgage world right now. We get questions all the time like, hey, I saw this on Instagram, or hey, I saw this on TikTok.
I get that a lot.
And I don't mind, listen, some of it's hysterical, but it's always funny that you never see a licensed professional talking about it, right? You have an insurance license, I have a mortgage license, Nick has a real estate license. You never see someone put, if it's a mortgage idea, NMLS number 52423.
Right. Use the bank's money to be a millionaire. Buy my book.
We're all withholding the secrets. So.
Yeah.
We make money by putting deals together. There's more ways to put deals together. That's what we would do.
Yeah, and it's just there's creative ways to do it, but you just have to be forthcoming with your objective.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you where you run into the trap. I had clients a couple of years ago that we had a really tough conversation with and said, hey, you're trying to do something that just doesn't work right now.
Yeah.
If you take this shortcut, you will set yourself back 3 years in your plan. They kicked and screamed about it, came back a month later and said, yeah, you know what, you're right. And now they've executed their plan. They're in their forever home. They have 15 rental properties and it is what it is. They did it the right way. And I think that's kind of what they talk about, using the right club and the right strategy. We know, just when you're standing over a 180-yard shot, you're going, all right, am I playing a 7 or a 6? What am I going to hit? You're standing over you're on the fringe, you're not going to bring the driver up.
Yeah.
And I think that creates a lot of these problems and trip hazards and trusting professionals, right? You got a caddy, a golf pro.
You're making
real estate
the angle you're trying to do a lot harder than it has to be.
Exactly. And then you just,
by trying to take shortcuts, by trying to listen to this person, that, and then this person, the professional tells you something, but you're trying to, counter object whatever he's saying by hearing something else that a non-professional is telling you to do because you think you got something figured out.
That non-professional is pretty much convincing you that the best idea is to hit a driver on a par 3.
It's your professional.
What good is it hitting I don't care that you can drive a ball 300 yards on a par 3.
Yeah.
Right. So all you're doing is ending up having to hit a ball 150 yards back to the green. And so you end up at the same spot with an extra stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You end up boxed in. And I think that's what we're seeing a little bit too on some real estate strategies. And now the scary part, AI, are some of these people posting this stuff even real?
Well, that's interesting because you can at Grok, on TikTok or on hey, is it real? And they'll be like, no, it's not real. It's computer. But I'm wondering if people start to lean into I don't even know what's real anymore. I can watch a video online. I don't know what is a real person.
That's gonna happen. I catch myself all the time. Hold on a second.
Is this?
Wait a minute. I gotta find out this real. You gotta go through the comments and find the ad Grok. Then you're like, is that real? Is that
someone ad Grok that real? You don't know.
Yeah.
So maybe it all regresses and it's you go back to just you gotta know what you know and trust people. I hope that's what happens, real humans, but
yeah, give me that fax machine, baby.
Yeah, bring me back to the fax days.
I think it takes people getting burned a couple times before they start realizing that they got it.
Yeah,
well, that's.
But we try to make it so they don't get burned.
That's it. We'd rather listen to this thing that you don't know is real, or you can come shake our hand and ask for the opinion. I think
we need people who have a reputation on the line and not just a computer screen.
Yeah, let me type this prompt in here and make a video of someone talking about this idea.
Someone made a TikTok out in California, and someone in Illinois is taking that advice and running with it and then never meet them.
That's it. I mean, I'm sure you guys deal with it on. You said you deal with it on the insurance side a lot.
Sure
a lot of life insurance. A lot of life insurance stuff that's not real.
I pulled for my life insurance, and now I'm a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, I put in $10 and now I make $1 billion. It's dude, it doesn't work like that.
You got that product? I read a book about it.
No one does. But there are some cool things you can do. So that's the thing. All those things have a grain of truth in them.
Exactly.
And they leave out, it doesn't matter what the topic is, they leave out all the hard stuff. And then now people have this truth that's not real.
Everybody loves the final result, but they don't love the process. That's what they leave out.
So they should.
The actual process it takes to
I think it's cool. You're right. I think it's cool that people will go on there and try to better themselves and get a good idea. But then like vet that through someone who has been around. You
So
know,
you mean call you up and ask, how do I do this and do
hey,
this
is
the
this
right
real?
way?
Hey, at Adam, hey, at Grok.
So you mean
Grok,
in
Adam?
a week from now, I'm not going to be I'm not going to have 3 properties bought and flipped and
You make $10
you know,
million.
whatever. Yeah, make $10 million.
I bought these houses for
Yeah.
$5,000 and
It's like
selling
a-
for $5 million.
Yep.
All right. Well, Nick, do you think you could do a listing on Mars for us?
I could try it, man. Why
All right.
not? What the hell?
You could buy stars. You could buy plot. You could do all stuff. You could buy some stuff on the moon.
Do you need an agent to buy to buy some stuff on the moon or Mars?
I did fall down a rabbit hole. I like got into the what's the guy from UFC, the podcast guy, Rogan. He has some interesting people on all the time.
Rogan's good.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah,
and he'll
yeah.
listen to anybody, right?
Yep.
But this guy's like convinced that there's structures on Mars and like the moon has structures that we can't see. But then you listen to him and they have these like well thought out like
I know, it's
conspiracy
good stuff,
backings.
yeah.
I'm like, what? Wait a minute. I'm like, I find myself like thinking like this guy might be right.
If you just see the caption, you're like, what, you kind of slide through it. But then you see it's Rogan's got a whole thing. If you actually watch, then you start watching them, you're like, man, that's like, you
This
never
could
thought, like,
be
it's
real.
actual factual kind of stuff. You got to
Yeah.
be careful with it. Don't get me wrong. But
Like,
I'm just
why
saying,
they pixelate
it's deep, well thought
yeah.
out stuff.
You do enough peyote and lay in the desert,
Yeah.
you're going to come up with some really good ideas. Not speaking from experience.
We should do that. Not another 3-putt desert peyote
Edition.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Or go down to ayahuasca and
We'll get Phil Jackson on. He's a big peyote guy,
I'm in it.
so he'll coach us up. Nick, any other parting thoughts on real estate here? Other things coming up
You
for
hit
you?
a lot. We say it all the time. You hit the plan. Get a good plan. Get yourself in position to be successful in buying, whatever it's just buying a home, whether it's in investment properties, because you can make money in real estate. You can make money with all this stuff. If you're talking about investment wise, it is good stuff to do, but you do it the correct way. Find out a plan. Talk to people who've been there, done that over and over and over again. That would stop you from making mistakes and help you get there much quicker. Might be a little bit of a slower. It wouldn't be a slower start. It may feel that way, but it actually didn't get you down the path to get there faster.
It's building a foundation,
Building
right?
a
I mean, it's
foundation, amen.
to the point of like life insurance, right? Like, you don't just make $1 trillion out; it's a foundation piece.
Yeah.
Nobody builds a house in a week, right?
Takes
Put
time.
the foundation in, make
Not
sure it's a
yet.
good foundation. Yeah,
Not yet.
We
But
like
on Mars.
crock pot solutions. They're better. They taste better.
There you go.
Things that
Yeah.
take longer are always better.
Just in time for fall.
Yeah.
Crock pots.
I do need to make some chili.
All right. Let's maybe we'll do
Chili cook-off?
Yeah, not our 3-putt chili cook-off. We'll get to see who can get on here, who makes the best chilies.
Yeah.
Other than that, anyone else got anything?
Nah, man. Rock on. Fall's here.
Fall is here. Clean out your gutters.
Pumpkin spice.
Yeah. Then don't hesitate to reach out. Nick, how do they get you?
Social media, Realtor Nick Oosting, 630-284-9624.
Hey, he keeps almost stealing my number.
I know.
You can get me at plywithjr.com, Adam at Adam is my agent.
Or Hage
Or,
Insurance.
or what was it? Or at Grok Adam.
at Grok Adam.
At Grok Adam, we got questions for you. Is this real? Yeah. Is this real? Are we in a simulation right now?
I'm done. Cut the show.